You know that feeling, right?
Mhm.
Your phone buzzes, you glance down, see an unknown number,
Oh, yeah.
and let's be honest, your first instinct probably isn't excitement, it's more like dread or just annoyance.
Definitely annoyance. Maybe a bit of suspicion, too. We've all gotten really, really good at hitting ignore.
We have, and it makes sense why. The sheer volume of spam calls, the scams, it's just eroded that basic trust we used to have in, answering the phone.
Absolutely. It's a fundamental breakdown.
Welcome to the CommioCast. I'm Tim McLean, Commio's Director of Marketing. Thanks for tuning in. Here we talk about all things cloud communications. Think modern calling and text messaging and more, all in the cloud. In this episode, as always, our hosts Micah and Kali join us from their virtual recording studio at Notebook LM. Guys, take it away.
That reluctance you mentioned, it speaks volumes, even when it might be a legitimate business trying to reach you.
That's the crazy part, isn't it? We all carry these supercomputers in our pockets, but for a business, maybe your doctor's office or, I don't know, a delivery confirmation you need, it's become this massive challenge just to get you to pick up.
A huge uphill battle. And the scammers, they're smart, unfortunately. They spoof numbers, make it look local.
Right. Or they pretend to be your bank or the IRS. It's relentless.
It really is. And the data backs this up. We're talking, something like 76% of Americans polled saying they're unlikely to answer if they don't recognize the number.
3 out of 4, basically. Wow.
Yeah. And almost the same number, 74%, say they've gotten calls from companies or entities they just flat out don't trust, even if something does show up on the caller ID.
So even if there is an ID, there's still that doubt, that little voice saying, is this real?
Exactly. Which, as you said, really hurts legitimate businesses. Think about your pharmacy calling about a prescription.
Yeah, or maybe your kid's school calling. That could be important.
Crucial, sometimes. But those calls get drowned out by all the noise, all the scams.
And it's not just annoying. There's real money involved here too, right?
Yeah.
This telecom fraud thing.
Oh, big time. It's jumped something like 12% since just 2021.
12%. That sounds like a lot.
It is. It translates to staggering losses. We're talking an estimated, get this, $38.95 billion lost to telecom fraud in 2023 alone.
Billion. With a B.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so this is way beyond just irritating calls.
It's serious financial crime, plain and simple. And the reason it persists is partly because, traditional caller ID is just so easy to beat.
That's what's so frustrating. How can they just fake the number like that?
Well, the fraudsters are quick. They adopt new tech, find loopholes. The basic system we rely on, standard caller ID, it wasn't really designed to withstand these kinds of sophisticated attacks. Spoofing is, relatively speaking, not that hard for them to do.
So the tool we thought protected us is actually kind of broken.
In many ways, yes. It lacks robust verification. Think about the public switched telephone network, the PSTN, its old architecture.
Built for a different time.
Exactly. Long before the internet, before digital manipulation on this scale. And while VoIP, voice over IP, offers more flexibility, it can also be exploited if not secured properly.
Which explains why so many people are complaining. I saw a stat about the Do Not Call registry.
Oh, yeah. Over 2 million complaints filed just between, I think it was January 2019 and September 2023.
2 million. That tells you people are fed up.
Completely fed up. The existing tools just aren't enough.
Okay, so the picture is, it's pretty bleak. We're all dodging calls. Businesses can't get through. Scammers are having a field day. But maybe there's some light here. I've been reading about something called Branded Calling ID. BCID, they call it.
Ah, yes. BCID.
It's from a company called Commio. That's Commio. Am I saying that right? Commio?
Yeah. And BCID is definitely aiming to tackle this trust issue head on. It's an interesting approach.
So what is it exactly? How's it different from the caller ID we have now?
Well, it's more than just showing a name. It combines secure identity verification with something called rich call data. RCD.
Rich call data. Okay, what does that mean for me when my phone rings?
Okay, so imagine your phone rings. Instead of just a number or maybe a potentially spoofed name, you see the actual logo of the company calling, like your bank's logo.
The actual logo.
On the call screen.
The actual logo. And their verified name, but also potentially why they're calling. Like a short message saying, fraud alert or appointment reminder. Whoa. Okay, that would be huge. Seeing the logo and why they're calling, I'd be way more likely to answer that.
Right. It gives you context, immediate visual recognition.
But hang on. The skeptical part of me asks, how do I know that's not fake? Couldn't a scammer just slap a fake logo on there too?
That's the key difference. BCID uses cryptographic verification. Think of it like a digital security seal, almost.
Cryptographic. Okay. Sounds technical.
It is, under the hood. But for the user, it means the identity has been mathematically verified before it even shows up on your screen. There's often a trust symbol displayed too, like a little check mark or shield, showing it's authenticated.
Ah, so it's not just displaying an image, it's proving it's legitimate first.
Precisely. It's a secure process tied to the verified identity of the business. It's not something a scammer can just, easily copy or fake like they can with old caller ID.
Okay, that sounds much more robust. And do I need, another app for this? Please tell me I don't need another app.
No, that's one of the really appealing things. It's designed to work using the phone's native capabilities.
Oh, thank goodness. So it just shows up on the regular call screen.
Ideally, yes. It
Yeah.
integrates into the existing system. No extra download required, which is crucial for getting people to actually benefit from it. Reduces the friction.
Makes sense. Okay, so let's dig into that security part a bit more. You mentioned cryptographic verification. What else makes this system trustworthy? Is it just Commio doing this, or?
No, it's bigger than one company. This whole approach adheres to pretty strict industry standards. They've been developed with major industry groups like the CTIA.
CTIA, they're a big deal in the wireless world, right?
Very big deal, yeah. Companies like Commio and another key player called Numerical have been really involved in pioneering these standards and working with carriers in the industry. Having that kind of collaboration and standardization adds a lot of legitimacy.
Okay, so it's not just a proprietary one-off thing. It's based on industry agreement.
Right. And often it's built on what's called a zero trust framework.
Zero trust. I've heard that term in cybersecurity.
Exactly. The basic idea is don't automatically trust anything. Verify first. So every call that uses BCID to display that verified info has to go through a rigorous check to prove it's really coming from the legitimate business it claims to be.
So the phone network itself, or the providers, can actually deliver an identity they know is real and hasn't been faked.
That's the goal. Verified, trustworthy identities that are inherently resistant to spoofing. It's a significant step up in security for voice calls.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here, so let's bring it back to me, the person getting the call. If this BCID thing catches on, what are the real tangible benefits for me?
The biggest one, confidence. Just feeling more confident answering your phone again.
Yeah, less anxiety when it rings.
Exactly. Seeing that clear logo, the verified name, the reason for the call, it removes so much of that guesswork and suspicion. You're much more likely to pick up that important call from, say, your doctor's office or the pharmacy.
Peace of mind, basically, knowing it's really them.
That's a huge part of it. It bridges that trust gap that spam and spoofing created.
Has anyone looked into, how much this would actually change behavior? Would people really answer more?
Yeah, there's research on that. Numerical did some studies, actually. They found that about 21% of consumers said seeing enhanced info, like a logo, would boost their trust in the brand calling.
Okay, about a fifth. That's something.
But here's the more striking number. 45% said it would make them more likely to actually engage with the brand. So, presumably, answer the call.
45%.
Yeah.
Nearly half. Wow. Okay, that's significant. That suggests this could really make a difference.
It really could shift behavior quite a bit if it becomes widespread.
And I guess it helps the businesses too, not just us.
Oh, absolutely. It's a massive benefit for them. By having this verified identity, they protect their own brand reputation.
How so?
Well, think about scammers impersonating a legitimate company. It damages that company's trust with its customers.
Right. If I get scammed by someone pretending to be my bank, I'm going to be angry at my bank, even if it wasn't really them.
Precisely. BCID makes that kind of impersonation much, much harder. So it protects the business's reputation and it protects you, the consumer, from those impersonation scams.
So it's kind of a win-win. We get less spam and more confidence. They get their calls answered and their brand protected.
That's the idea. It helps restore the phone call as a viable, trusted channel for communication, which benefits everyone. Well, everyone except the scammers.
Huh. Good point. It's about bringing trust back to the phone in our very noisy digital world.
Exactly. Reestablishing that channel when so many digital interactions, they carry risks. Emails can be phishing, texts can be smishing.
Right. The phone call could be more direct, more trusted if we can fix this identity problem.
That's the potential here.
There's a quote here from Brett Nemiroff at Numerical. He's VP of Voice Engineering there. He said, "What you see is what you get." That's what we've achieved with logos.
That sums it up perfectly, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
That visual confirmation, the logo you recognize, combined with the knowledge that it's been cryptographically verified underneath.
Mm-hmm. It's that combination. The immediate recognition from the logo provides the reassurance, and the underlying tech provides the actual security. It offers a level of confidence that, frankly, traditional caller ID just can't provide anymore.
So wrapping this up then, it seems pretty clear that we've got a major trust problem with phone calls, spam, spoofing. It's made us all wary, and it's hindering legitimate communication.
A significant problem, definitely. Both an annoyance and a barrier.
But technologies like this, branded calling ID, BCID, from companies like Commio, they seem to offer a genuinely promising way forward. It's about giving us, the people getting the calls, better information and, crucially, better security.
That's the core takeaway, I think. It's not just blocking bad calls, it's about enabling good calls. Rebuilding that trust by empowering the user with verified information so you can confidently answer when legitimate organizations need to reach you.
It really makes you think, though. If this kind of thing does become the standard, how does that change our whole relationship with the phone? Would we just answer unknown numbers again without thinking twice, eventually?
Or maybe unknown number becomes a much rarer thing for legitimate calls.
Yeah, maybe. And you have to wonder, what other parts of our digital lives could use this kind of verified identity approach?
Yeah.
Email, social media. Where else do we need to rebuild trust online? Definitely something to chew on.
Building amazing experiences that engage and delight your customers is easy with Commio. Our smart, reliable voice and messaging solutions are easy to implement and scale with you so you can deliver more calls and texts, be more competitive, and save money. With Commio, you get peace of mind and happier customers. Find out why thousands of software platforms and enterprises trust Commio with their communications. Get a demo today.